take you through the situation there. And now Andreas Krieg in London to help us make some sense of it all. He is a professor at the Defence Studies Department at King's College, London. Andreas, as I listed off a whole lot of events there and even ceasefires being brokered, and then we have the Houthis talking about their biggest operation yet. What's your take on it?
Yes, hi Kamal. We've seen this already last week. The Houthis announced that they are planning a massive military operation against the Saudis. And we've seen over the last couple of months that the UAV ability to fly UAVs, to build them and fly them, of the Houthis has massively increased. So they have quite a lot of reach with these drones, not just within drones and UAVs in Yemen, but also into southern Saudi Arabia. So they've been flying them across southern Saudi Arabia with almost impunity. And so it doesn't come as a massive surprise that they've launched an attack such as this. It's been a tit for tat, whereby the transfer of technology from Iran to the Houthis has increased in recent years, allowing the Houthis to basically now have a capability that is on par with the capability that the Saudis have. And as for an insurgent group, there's obviously a massive, massive headache, to say the least, for the Saudis who want to secure their border. And it kind of puts increasing pressure on the Saudis to get out of Yemen, which is something they want to do. They're very desperate. But it doesn't seem that the Houthis are really interested in a peace negotiation, at least not one which favors the Saudis. They're obviously now trying to increase their bargaining position. And that bargaining position very much works against the Saudis, because the Saudis, at this point, they want to create a final agreement that provides them with security on their southern border. So what started for the Saudis as a war of choice in 2015 in many ways has now become a war of necessity. It's a major security, if not the most important security breach and security issue for the Saudi kingdom, and they need to get resolve this. And having such attacks coming obviously doesn't make it any better.
It feels like the way you described it there, the way you talk about the war has changed, that actually there's no leading control, if you like, in it now. I mean, if you look at Syria, we could see how the Russian intervention really pushed things through there and changed the whole thing here. In Yemen, it's just this open-ended book, ongoing and ongoing. And as you described the Houthis as an insurgent group, actually, they're far more than that now.
Absolutely. They're a state within Yemen. And I would say in Yemen, we have at least 3 states at the moment, to say the least. So the Houthis in the north, we've got the Hadi government somewhat squeezed in between, and the STC, who's really the big winner over the last year of the infighting in the north, particularly the fighting of Hadi and the Houthis. Hadi is losing ground in a variety of areas and theaters. The Houthis have actually gained quite a lot of ground. Also, they're making a move towards Marib, which gives them access to oil resources, which will further help them build their state in the north. And we've got now 3 states within Yemen, all of them supported by different actors. And I think the biggest loser of all this is the Hadi government. And we've seen that the Saudis have also kind of turned their back on Hadi in many instances and supporting the STC, which is kind of counterproductive to what the Saudis initially wanted to achieve in Yemen. So the Saudis are stuck between 2 wars. One in the south, which the UAE lead and which is somewhat under control, and the war in the north, whereby the Houthis are winning and Hadi is getting increasingly squeezed. But all these wars are really wars of attrition, where no side is really making any ground. And all this comes amid a huge, terrible humanitarian crisis and the COVID-19 crisis, which is upon Yemen as well. So in this kind of chaos, it's really there's no end, no light at the end of the tunnel, really.
There really isn't. OK, thank you. Andreas Krieg, always good to talk to you and get your thoughts. Thank you.
Thank you.
We're looking at